Far away in the silent darkness of space, a faint but strange sound suddenly broke the endless quiet. It was not loud or scary, but clear enough to catch the attention of scientists on Earth. The sound came from a distant star system, one that had planets which scientists believed might support life. For many years, people on Earth had hoped to find signs of other intelligent beings in the universe. They had sent radio waves into space and waited patiently for answers. Many times, only empty noise or natural space sounds came back. But this time, the signal was different. It repeated in a pattern that looked like a message. It was as if someone far away was trying to talk to them. At the International Space Station, Commander Sarah Malik stared at the screen showing the incoming signal. She felt a mix of excitement and worry. "What could this mean?" she whispered to herself. In the control room below, the team of scientists and engineers gathered, watching the signal carefully. Dr. James Lee, the lead scientist, studied the strange pattern with growing interest. After hours of work, he said, "This is not just noise. It is a message. It sounds like a greeting." The news quickly spread all over the world. People listened to the news channels and online broadcasts, wondering if they were finally not alone in the universe. The message was simple but powerful. It said, "We come in peace." This short sentence gave hope to billions of people. For many, it was the beginning of a new era where humans and aliens could be friends. Streets filled with celebrations and hopeful voices. People dreamed of learning about other worlds, sharing knowledge, and maybe even traveling together among the stars. However, not everyone was happy or trusting. Far away from the cheering crowds in dark government rooms, a different story was unfolding. Intelligence officers and military experts gathered in secret. They analyzed the signal carefully, trying to find any hidden meanings or traps. Agent Michael Grant was one of the smartest officers in the world. He had studied many cases where aliens pretended to be peaceful but later attacked. He said firmly, "This peace offer might be a setup. We cannot trust easily." His team looked at old records and stories of past meetings with alien races, many of which ended badly for humanity. "There is always a price for peace," Michael warned. "We must prepare for the worst." He told his team to watch carefully for any unusual activity near Earth and to keep military forces ready. At the same time, Earth's leaders were also debating what to do. President Anaya Kumar believed in peace, but knew the dangers. "We should answer their call, but we cannot be careless," she told her advisors. General Marcus Hayes, a strong military leader, agreed. "We will protect Earth no matter what happens." Meanwhile, scientists worked day and night to understand more about the message. The aliens had included coordinates, places in space where they wanted to meet humans. This was a big step. For the first time, humans would make contact face to face with an alien race. Commander Sarah Malik was chosen to lead the mission. She and her team prepared a fast and powerful spaceship called the Endeavour. This ship was designed for speed and defense, ready for any danger. As the day of the meeting approached, strange events began to happen. Satellites suddenly stopped sending signals. Communications were blocked for a few seconds at a time. It felt like someone was watching or even trying to interfere. In a small, quiet room far from the main base, a young technician named Lila noticed strange signals on her computer. She told her supervisor, "It feels like we are being watched." The supervisor smiled nervously and said, "Probably just normal space noise. Don't worry." But Lila did not feel calm. She kept watching the signals carefully. Finally, the day came when the Endeavour left Earth's orbit. Inside the ship, Commander Sarah looked out at the stars. The vast darkness was beautiful and mysterious. Everyone on board felt a mix of hope and fear. Was this the start of a great friendship or the beginning of a war? Suddenly, alarms began to ring loudly. The ship's sensors showed something moving. fast toward them. Unknown ships were coming quickly, closing in. The pilot shouted, "Unknown ships on intercept course! They are coming fast!" The crew hurried to prepare for defense. Sarah's heart beat faster. Is this part of their peace? Offer or something else? She wondered. On Earth, Agent Michael Grant spoke quietly but clearly on a secure line. Stay alert. Trust no one. This might be a trap. The tension inside the Endeavor grew. Everyone knew that the peace they hoped for might only be a mask for danger. The mysterious sound that started all this had become the most important message humanity had ever received. It held hope, but also danger. In the quiet moments before the unknown ships reached them, humanity waited, ready to face whatever came next. The universe suddenly felt bigger, more alive, and more threatening than ever before. But humans were not afraid to stand strong. They had faced many challenges on Earth, and now, in the vastness of space, they were ready to face the unknown. The unexpected sound was only the beginning of a story that would change humanity forever. The Endeavor raced through the dark space, with unknown ships closing in fast. Commander Sarah Malik kept her eyes steady on the controls, but inside, her mind was filled with questions. Were these ships really here to greet them? Or was it a trap, just like Agent Michael Grant had warned? The crew moved quickly, checking. Weapons and shields. Every second felt like a lifetime. Back on Earth, leaders watched the live feed with worry. President Anaya Kumar's face was calm but serious. "We hoped for peace," she said softly. "But we must be ready for anything." General Marcus Hayes stood beside her, arms crossed. "If this is a trick, we will fight back harder than ever." In secret, Earth's forces began to mobilize. Fighters, warships, and defense systems went on high alert. As the unknown fleet got closer, the Endeavor sent a message. "Who are you? What is your purpose?" The reply came quickly. The ship slowed down and a large vessel appeared, shining with lights. "We come in peace," a voice echoed from the speakers, but this time it sounded strange, too calm, almost like it was hiding something. Sarah breathed out slowly. "We will meet you," she said. The Endeavor changed course toward a neutral space station where the first contact was planned. The crew prepared for the meeting. Everyone was nervous but hopeful. When the alien delegation arrived, they looked very different. Their skin was pale blue, their eyes large and dark. They wore smooth uniforms without any weapons visible. Their leader stepped forward and spoke in perfect English. "We bring a message of peace and friendship. Our goal is to create a lasting alliance with humanity." On Earth, the world watched the historic moment. The aliens seemed friendly and sincere. News channels broadcasted live, showing the meeting between humans and aliens. People everywhere cheered and hoped for a new future. But not everyone was convinced. Agent Michael Grant sat alone in his office, watching the same broadcast. His eyes narrowed. "This is just the beginning," he said quietly. "There is more going on beneath the surface." He studied reports showing unusual movements of alien ships near Earth's borders. "They are testing us." Meanwhile, Sarah and her team met with the alien leaders in a large conference room aboard the space station. The air was tense, but polite. The aliens shared stories about their worlds, their technology, and their desire for peace. Sarah noticed their calm and smooth words, but also the way their eyes quickly scanned her crew. It felt like they were studying humanity, looking for weaknesses. During the talks, the aliens proposed a peace treaty. It promised cooperation, trade, and the sharing of technology. But the treaty also included some strange clauses, giving the aliens rights to build stations near Earth and control some communication frequencies. Some human leaders felt uneasy, but kept quiet for the sake of peace. Back on Earth, protests started. Many people did not trust the aliens. "Why do they want so much control?" they asked. Is this really peace or a slow takeover? President. Anaya Kumar tried to calm the fears. We must trust our leaders, she said. This treaty can bring great benefits. But deep inside, she wondered if they were making a mistake. In secret, General Marcus Hayes prepared military units. If the aliens betray us, we will be ready, he told his officers. Spy satellites showed small alien ships moving closer to Earth's defense areas. It was clear the aliens were testing humanity's strength. One night, Lila, the young technician who had noticed strange signals before, found new signs on her monitors. Alien ships were sending coded messages between themselves, hidden inside. Normal communications. She quickly alerted Agent Michael Grant. He ordered an investigation. The truth was starting to come out. The aliens were not just peaceful visitors. They were planning something bigger, a way to control Earth without open war. But humanity was watching. They were ready to fight if needed. As weeks passed, the peace talks continued, but the tension grew. Sarah felt the weight of responsibility. She wanted to believe in peace, but also trusted her instincts. We cannot be fools, she told her team. We must prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. One evening, during a secret meeting, Michael Grant showed new evidence to President Kumar and General Hayes. The aliens have hidden weapons in their stations near Earth, he said, and they are building more every day. The room grew, silent. The peaceful mask was starting to crack. President Kumar made a difficult decision. We will sign the treaty for now, she said, but we will increase our defenses and keep our eyes open. We will not be caught by surprise. General. Hayes nodded. We will train our forces for a possible attack. Earth will stand strong. Sarah returned to the endeavor, feeling more determined than ever. This piece may be a setup, she thought, but we will not let Earth fall. She looked at her crew and said, We are the shield for humanity. Whatever comes, we will face it together. The world outside continued to hope for peace, but deep inside, many prepared for war. The unexpected sound that began everything was now a warning signal, a signal that peace was fragile and the future uncertain. In the endless darkness of space, the truth waited to be revealed, and humanity was ready to meet it, stronger and wiser than before. After signing the treaty, Earth tried to act calm on the surface. The leaders promised peace and cooperation, but behind closed doors, tension grew stronger every day. Commander Sarah Malik and her crew on the Endeavor stayed alert. They knew the aliens' friendly words might hide a deeper plan. Strange things started happening around Earth. Alien ships moved in and out of Earth's space quietly. They set up new stations and began installing strange devices on satellites and communication relays. People began to feel uneasy again. Some reported missing time on their communication signals or strange blackouts in certain cities. The government called it technical problems, but many suspected something more. One night, Sarah was called urgently to a meeting with Earth's top security team. Agent Michael Grant was there with a serious face. We have proof, he said, quietly. The aliens are preparing to take control of Earth's communication networks. Soon they want to control what people see, hear, and say. Sarah frowned. This is worse than we thought. How do we stop it? Michael pulled out a small device. We need to find where their command center is. If we destroy it, we can stop their control. Sarah nodded. I want to lead the mission. We can't wait for them to act first. That same night, Sarah and a small team boarded a stealth ship to investigate. They flew close to one of the alien stations near Earth, hidden behind a large asteroid. Using special sensors, they searched for the command center. Inside the station, the aliens worked quietly. Their leader, called Valar, watched screens showing Earth's cities. Valar smiled slightly. Soon, Earth will be ours, he said softly. His officers nodded, preparing new equipment to block human signals. Suddenly, alarms went off. The stealth ship had been detected. Sarah's crew moved quickly, fighting their way inside the station. They found the command center and planted explosives. Just as they were about to leave, Valar appeared. "You think you can stop us?" Valar said coldly. "Peace was never the plan. It was a way to weaken you." Sarah stood firm. "We will never let you take Earth." A fight began. Sarah's team used everything they had, laser rifles, shields, and quick moves. Though outnumbered, they fought with courage. The battle was tense, but finally, they escaped just before the explosives blew up the command center. Back on Earth, news of the attack shocked everyone. The aliens denied everything, calling it a human misunderstanding. But people believed the truth. Trust between Earth and the aliens broke quickly. President Anaya Kumar addressed the world. "We hoped for peace, but we must protect our home. Our military is ready. We ask all people to stand united." Across the globe, people prepared for what might come. In space, the Endeavour returned to Earth's orbit. Sarah looked at the stars, thinking about the war that might start soon. "Peace was a setup," she whispered. "But humanity will fight for its freedom." The universe was changing fast. The unexpected sound that once brought hope had now become a call to arms. And humanity was ready to answer it with strength and courage. After the attack on the alien command center, Earth's defenses went on full alert. Cities installed emergency systems, and the military trained day and night. The people were scared, but determined. They knew the aliens wanted to take control, but they also believed humanity would never give up. Commander Sarah Malik stood on the bridge of the Endeavour, watching the stars with a heavy heart. This war was never supposed to happen, she thought. But now it was too late for peace. The aliens had shown their true colors, and Earth had to be ready for battle. Meanwhile, Valar and his alien council met in their hidden base deep in space. They were angry that humans had destroyed their command center, but they were not defeated. "Earth's defenses are strong," Valar said, "but their fear will make them weak. We must strike when they least expect it." The aliens began to move their fleets closer to Earth. Small attacks started. Spaceships tried to block trade routes, and communication satellites were jammed. People on Earth felt the pressure growing. Food supplies slowed, and power outages became common. Still, the world stood united. On Earth, President Anaya Kumar held a special meeting with her generals. "We must find a way to end this war quickly," she said. "Our people are tired, and our resources are limited." General Marcus Hayes agreed. "We need to hit them hard where it hurts." Sarah was called to join the War Council. "You have the best knowledge of the enemy," President Kumar told her. "We need a plan that surprises them." Sarah nodded. "I have an idea," she said. "The aliens expect us to fight in space, but what if we take the fight to their home worlds?" The room grew quiet. It was dangerous and risky, but it could change everything. The council agreed to prepare for the mission. Sarah and her crew began training for the hardest fight of their lives. Meanwhile, the aliens were not standing still. Valar sent spies to Earth, disguised as humans. They tried to learn more about Earth's military plans and find weaknesses. But the humans were smart. Agent Michael Grant caught several spies and learned about the aliens' next target, a secret supply base on Mars. Sarah's team was sent to Mars to protect the base. The mission was difficult. The thin atmosphere and harsh weather made it hard to move and fight. The alien forces attacked in waves, using strange weapons that disrupted human technology. But Sarah's crew fought bravely and held the base. After the battle, Sarah sent a message to Earth. "The aliens are stronger than we thought, but we are stronger together. We will not let them win." Her words gave hope to many. Back in space, the war continued. Battles in the dark were fierce and deadly. Ships exploded, stars shone brighter with fire, and silence returned after each fight. Both sides lost many, but neither gave up. As the days passed, Sarah learned more about the aliens' weaknesses. They were proud and believed they were better than humans. This made them careless sometimes. Sarah planned to use this against them. The unexpected sound that started it all had now turned into the sound of war, but humanity was ready. They fought not just for survival, but for their right to live free. The stars watched silently as two forces clashed, a battle that would decide the future of Earth and the galaxy. The war was no longer just about survival. It was about showing who was stronger, smarter, and braver. Commander Sarah Malik and her crew had grown closer, fighting side by side through countless battles. Each victory was hard-won, but it gave Earth hope. Still, the aliens were relentless. Their fleets seemed endless, and every time humanity pushed back, they returned with new weapons and tricks. On Earth, President Anaya Kumar worked day and night with her advisors. The world's resources were running low and people were tired. "We need a new plan," she said in a meeting. "Something the aliens won't expect." General Marcus Hayes nodded. "We have to strike where it hurts them most, their supply lines and bases far from Earth." Sarah listened carefully. She knew the war was not just about firepower, but about intelligence and courage. "I have an idea," she told the council. "We will send small teams to sabotage their supply stations. If we cut their resources, they will weaken." The leaders agreed. "You have our support," President Kumar said firmly. Sarah and her team prepared for secret missions. They moved like shadows, traveling in small ships that could avoid enemy detection. On one mission, a team destroyed a fuel depot on a distant moon. On another, they hacked into alien computers to steal valuable information. Each success made the enemy more frustrated and desperate. Meanwhile, Valar's anger grew. "These humans are tougher than we imagined," he said. "We must find their weakness, or we will lose everything." He ordered spies to capture human soldiers for interrogation, hoping to learn their secrets. One day, a young soldier named Amir was captured during a mission. The aliens tried to break his spirit, but Amir refused to give up. "We fight for our home," he said. "You will never control Earth." His bravery inspired others. On Earth, news of Amir's capture and strength spread quickly. People sent messages of support, and Sarah promised to bring him home. Back on the battlefield, the fighting became fiercer. Alien ships tried to surround Earth's orbit, cutting off trade and communication. Sarah led daring attacks to break their lines. In one battle, her ship was badly damaged, but her crew never gave up. They fought through the night and forced the enemy to retreat. Despite the war, small moments of humanity shone through. Soldiers shared stories, laughed, and reminded each other why they fought. Sarah thought about her family and friends back home. "This war will end," she told herself, "and we will build a better future." As the months passed, the tide began to turn. The alien supply lines were disrupted, and their forces grew weaker. On Earth, people worked together to rebuild what was lost and prepare for the final battles. President Kumar spoke to the world. "Our courage and unity will bring peace. We must stay strong." Sarah prepared for the most dangerous mission yet, a direct attack on the alien home planet. It was a place no human had ever seen, filled with unknown dangers, but she knew it was the only way to end the war. The Endeavor and a fleet of ships set course for the alien world. The crew was ready to face whatever came next. "This is our chance to show the galaxy who we are," Sarah said. "We fight not just to survive, but to protect our freedom and our future." The unexpected sound that started it all had now become the sound of hope. Humanity was ready to face the darkness and bring light to the stars once again. The fleet moved silently through the cold darkness of space, heading straight for the alien homeworld. Commander Sarah Malik stood on the bridge of the Endeavor, her eyes fixed on the glowing blue planet ahead. This was the heart of the enemy's power. If humanity could win here, the war would be over. But Sarah knew it would not be easy. The aliens had prepared for this moment. Their defenses were strong and their ships waited in orbit. As the human fleet approached, warning sirens rang out across the alien planet. Valar paced in his command room, watching the incoming ships. "They are brave to come here," he sneered, "but bravery will not save them." Sarah's crew readied their weapons and shields. The tension was thick. Everyone knew what was at stake. The battle would be like none before. It would decide the fate of Earth and possibly the entire galaxy. Suddenly, the silence was broken by the roar of engines and the flash of laser fire. The battle had begun. Human and alien ships clashed in a fierce dance of destruction. The Endeavor weaved through enemy fire, striking targets with precision. Sarah shouted orders, her voice steady despite the chaos. "Focus on their command ships. Protect our fighters." The aliens fought fiercely. Their ships were fast and deadly, but humanity's determination was stronger. Small human teams boarded enemy vessels, disabling them from within. Sarah's crew worked as one, their training and courage shining through. In the midst of the battle, a surprise happened. A group of alien soldiers tried to negotiate. They sent a message. "Stop fighting. We can make peace." Sarah looked at the message, then at her crew. Some wanted to accept, hoping to end the bloodshed. But Sarah shook her head. "This is a trick. Peace was a setup before. We cannot trust them now." The fighting continued, louder and fiercer. Explosions lit up, space like fireworks. Ships were destroyed, one after another. Yet slowly, the human fleet pushed forward, breaking through the alien defenses. On the surface of the alien world, human soldiers landed. They moved carefully through strange landscapes, full of unfamiliar plants and harsh weather. The alien cities were different from Earth's, tall towers of metal and glass glowing with strange lights. Sarah led her team into the heart of the enemy's capital. The alien leader, Valar, waited for them in a massive chamber. He smiled coldly. "You have come far, human, but this is where you will fall." Sarah stepped forward. "We fight for freedom. Your plans for control end here." A final battle began inside the chamber. Sarah and Valar fought fiercely, neither willing to give up. With skill and strength, Sarah finally defeated Valar, capturing him alive. The alien forces surrendered. The war was over. Back on Earth, people cheered the news. They celebrated their victory, remembering those who had given their lives. Sarah and her crew returned as heroes, proud but tired. The unexpected sound that had started the war was now a symbol of hope and strength. Humanity had faced the darkness and won. But Sarah knew this was only the beginning of a new era, one where Earth would stand strong and never be fooled again. The war was over, but the galaxy was not the same. Earth had proven it could fight and win against the greatest threat it had ever faced. Commander Sarah Malik returned to her home planet, greeted by cheers and celebrations. People felt safe again, but Sarah knew peace was fragile. The scars of war ran deep, and the threat of betrayal still hung in the air. In the days after the victory, Earth's leaders met to decide what to do next. President Anaya Kumar stood before the world. "We have won this battle," she said. "But the galaxy is still full of dangers. We must stay strong and united. We cannot trust easily anymore." Sarah was chosen to lead Earth's new Galactic Defense Council, a force meant to protect humanity from any future threats. Her first task was clear: to rebuild and strengthen alliances with other planets. Many species had watched the war from afar. Some had helped secretly, Others had stayed silent. Now, Earth had to show it was ready to be a leader in the galaxy. As Sarah traveled to the first meeting with alien ambassadors, she noticed the change in how others looked at humans. There was respect, yes, but also fear. Some whispered about Earth's sudden rise to power. Some wondered if humans could be trusted, after all the fighting. One ambassador, a tall, blue-skinned alien named Threx, spoke plainly. "We admired your strength, but we worry what comes next. Power can corrupt." Sarah listened carefully. "We do not want to rule the galaxy," she said. "We only want peace and safety for all." But peace was not simple. Reports came in of smaller alien groups trying to challenge Earth's new position. Some wanted revenge, others saw opportunity in chaos. Sarah knew that to keep peace, Earth would have to be ready to fight again if needed. Back on Earth, people worked hard to rebuild what war had broken. Cities rose from the ashes, and new technologies were developed to protect the planet. Scientists studied alien technology captured during the war, hoping to use it for good. Children learned stories of bravery and unity, inspired by the heroes of the war. One evening, Sarah stood alone on a balcony, looking up at the stars. The unexpected sound, the one that had started everything, felt like a distant memory now. But she knew it was a warning too. The galaxy was vast and full of mysteries. Peace might last, but only if humans stayed wise and watchful. Suddenly, her communicator beeped. A new message from deep space had arrived. Sarah opened it carefully. It was from a distant planet, one not known to humans before. The message was simple but clear. "We are watching. The next chapter has begun." Sarah's eyes narrowed. The war was over, but the story of humanity in the galaxy was just beginning, and this time she would be ready for whatever came next.